Samarambam Nithyanandeshwari Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. इस समय हमारे साथ उपस्थित सभी दर्शकों और भक्तों का मैं प्रेम एवं आशीर्वाद सहित स्वागत करता हूँ. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, samajis, satsangis, mahans, kotaris, Sri Mahans, Tanedars, sitting with us all over the world this time through Nithyananda TV, Lotus News Channel, Sadhana TV, Janashri TV, Ishwar TV, two-way video conferencing, having Nainadiksha in many cities, many countries around the world, cities sitting with us in two-way video conferencing, Hyderabad, Gupta Kashi, Singapore, Singapuram, Warrington, UK, New Zealand, Adi Arunachalam, Bangalore, Hebal, San Jose, Madurai, Auckland, New Zealand, Nithyananda Nagara, Bangalore, Newfoundland, Canada, Coimbatore, Dhyanapeetham, Kuala Lumpur, Palani, Dubai, Vaidyanatham, Northumberland, UK, Paris, Home Temple, New York, Varanasi, Houston, Kalahasti, Redondo Beach, California, Seattle, Chidambaram, Guadalupe, Rameshwaram, Ohio, Prayag, Los Angeles, Arunachalam, Nithyananda Nagaramu, Hyderabad, Vancouver, Bhubaneswar, Port Washington, DC, New York, Toronto, Canada, Kilinochchi, Sri Lanka. I welcome all the participants who have gathered for Kalpataru Darshan in Kilinochchi, Sri Lanka, Toronto, Canada, Port Washington, USA. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Kilinochchi Ilangayil கல்பதர் தரிசனத்திற்காக ஒன்று கூடியிருக்கும் அன்பர்கள் பக்தர்கள் அனைவரையும் வணங்கி வரவேற்கின்றேன். Today, in the inner awakening, we are going to experience the genesis of identity. Means the components out of which your identity is made, dismantling it, oiling it, lubricating it and assembling it back. Please understand, due to the dust called incompletions, different parts of you started getting into friction, wear and tear, dust and rust, and many times the whole mechanism collapses. Lubricating your inner space, completion is the lubricant with which we will clean, overhaul the whole inner space. It has to be done with a tremendous love and care. You will open your being only when there is a complete security for you. Only when you feel your whole being will be safe. See, only when you know the spare parts will not be destroyed or disturbed or lost, you will open yourself. I know in the young age, all of us would have done, I have done it with a lot of vigor and enthusiasm, excitement, dismantling the whole alarm clock and then handing it over in the carry bag. How many of you have done it? I have done it. Dismantling anything you get it in the house, whether it is alarm clock or a watch or something, you dismantle with all your excitement and joy, and finally when Somebody comes to your house, some guests or the parents who have gone out or come back, you don't know what to do, you put the whole thing in carry bag and hang it. You can't open you unless you are sure the spare parts will not be lost. You will be able to put it back. The person who dismantles can put it back. He doesn't need to put you in a carry bag and hang it in the wall. There was a time, the house in where I was born and brought up in the wall, every nail will have one carry bag. Those days there was a watch in there. There was a clock there. Now only the carry bag is hanging with that clock sleeping inside. Or maybe you can consider the clock dead inside. So you can't dismantle your being in that space. It can be dismantled only in a very deep, loving space, a powerful loving space, and lubricated, assembled back for the smooth functioning of ever and ever and ever. Please listen. Now I am going to make a very important sacred secret, going to make a very important statement. Please listen. Now I am going to make a very important statement. Love of the Master enters into you, completes you, fulfills you, and turns back as love for the Master and enlightens you. Listen. Love of the Master enters into you, fulfills you, completes you, turns around and flows as love for the Master and liberates you. Blessed are those who taste love of the Master. Whether it is a benign look, benevolent look, or a serious look of a surgeon. When a surgeon looks at the tumor, remember, he looks at the tumor, not you. Unfortunately, when I look at the tumor, to terrorize the tumor, you mistake I am looking at you. Understand, decide clearly to hate what Master hates, to love what Master loves. In every one of you, there is a part Master loves. Love that part, cherish that part, nourish that part, entertain that part, enrich that part, that will enlighten you. In every one of you, there is one part Master hates. Hate that, destroy it, complete it, drop it. That will be a great liberation for you. Listen. It is love of the Master enters into you. It can be as simple as Nayana Diksha, his eyes falling on you. I have created a new Diksha, new initiation, with which successfully I have initiated millions. I have to give a new name for it, smiling Diksha. Just a smile. It goes and does the job and It never comes back empty-handed, brings that person alive. Understand? The Vishnu Sudarshana goes, kills the person and comes back. Shiva's Trishul goes and kills the person and comes back. Subramania's spear goes and kills the person and comes back. The master's smile goes and brings the person alive, more alive. We can come up with a new name. Smile Diksha. It can be as simple as a look, smile, or a blessing, Tatastu, or as simple as a like in the Facebook. We have to create all these new Dikshas, like Diksha. It enters into you through these as simple actions as just a like, or a smile, or a look, works in you. As I said, love of the master enters into you as a like in the Facebook, or as a look, or as an initiation, or as an energy darshan, or as a word, or as a tatastu, or sometime darshan in the dream. In various forms, he enters in your life and goes on working in you. When he works, when the love of the master works in you, all the tumor automatically starts melting down. Incompletions melt down. Anger melts down. Many times you know you are transforming, but you are not able to tolerate your own transformation because you had a lot of vested interests. Payoff with your ignorance. Many times, with your ignorance, you are in a known, comfortable, cozy zone. But Master's love melts all that. You know your transformation, your own transformation is too much for you. And you even try to escape. But his love is so powerful. He continues to work, continues to work, continues to work. Only one thing, don't shut the pipeline through which he is supplying the love. Shutting the pipeline means either escaping, running away, disappearing, or never allowing him to train you. I have seen few people. You can't train them. They will fall into depression or they will run away. They are always, their one leg is outside. Always when they have one leg outside, and I also leave it, okay, do what you want, what is there. The tumor has become more heavier than their body weight in them. See, when your body weight is, the good muscles, good organs, weight is 50 kg and tumor is 20 kg, we can remove the tumor and throw away and have the body living, alive, kicking around. But if the body weight, good part is 50 kg and the tumor has become 80 kg, then what to do? Naturally you feel tumor is you. When I try to do surgery on the tumor, don't touch me not. Then I say, all right, come back with a new body. Okay. Don't become untrainable. I tell you, I really tell you, you will find crores of temples, lakhs of monasteries, thousands of gurus, but only very few incarnations. When you find an enlightened being's love, when you are fortunate enough to taste and get to be around the enlightened being, don't miss the amazing possibilities, the amazing space can happen in you, the amazing depth which can happen in you. Please understand, allow the Master's love to work inside you with joy, with love, with cooperation. Training becomes much easier and simple, straightforward. When you celebrate Master's presence, He also celebrates your presence. Understand? When you celebrate Master's presence, He also celebrates your presence. When you allow the Master's love fill you, when you allow yourself to be soaked in His love, in His presence, it fills you and overflows through you as a love for the Master. Please understand, if you have any love for me, it is never yours, it is mine. Love of the Master only can become love for the Master. If you have any love for me, be very clear, it is mine, it is not yours. Only the love of the Master can fill you and overflow through you as the love for the Master. When you allow love of the Master fill your inner space, first it does is the job of the scavenger, cleaning it, cleaning you, cleaning all your incompletions, cleaning all your powerlessness, like how water goes only to the pits first and fills. Love of the Master goes only to your incompletions first and fills it, completes it. Just if you are in integrity with the Master, that's enough, nothing else. Just integrity with Him, because integrity with Him will pour more and more His love into you. Please understand, Master is also a very powerful energy. When He pours love of the Master in you, He will naturally make it as a love for the Master and make it fluid back. When the love of the Master gets poured in you and turns into the love for the Master and connects back with him, you are enlightened. Now nothing more is there in you which you can call as you. When the circle is complete, you are complete, he is complete. That is what I call Advaita Swarupa, the Advaita. When you are experiencing love of the Master, it is Visishta Advaita. When you are experiencing love for the Master, it is Dvaita. When the circle is complete, it is Advaita. When you are experiencing love of the Master, it is Visishta Advaita, means you are part of the whole. He makes you feel so complete. You feel you are part of the whole. That is exactly the truth of Visishta Advaita. You are part of the whole. When you are experiencing love for the Master, suddenly you will see nothing matters other than you and the Master. In the whole world, only you both are there. Only you both are in the color. Everyone else is in the background frame. Almost like how the duet songs are portrayed. Other than the hero and heroine, everyone else is in the background. Immaterial. The whole world becomes immaterial. Everything becomes background. That is what is Dvaita. Other than you and the Master, nothing else exists. When the circle becomes complete, that is Advaita. Love of the Master will naturally come back to him as love for the Master, because now it has to go for the next allotment, next job. The love poured on you has to come back. Not because I don't have enough love, but because you can't be from the distance, you can't experience incompletion and distance for a long time. I tell you, essence of the whole spirituality, the science of causing your reality, science of enlightenment, I have put it in these 3 words. When the love of the Master enters into you and fulfills you, it is Visishta Advaita. When the love for the Master radiates through you, it is Dvaita. When the circle is complete, the love of the Master simply becomes love for the Master. And now off and far disappears, only the love exists. It becomes Advaita. Off and far is 2 directions. Love has no direction because it fills everything, everything, everything. I tell you, I'll be remembered forever just for this today's definition. Because this definition breaks so many questions, gives clarity to so many philosophical arguments, takes away the basis for so many fights. You being a Visishtadvaiti, Dvaiti or Advaiti is neither high nor low. It just shows the space you are experiencing. A Visishtadvaiti or Advaiti or Dvaiti can never be inherited. Just because your Guru was Advaiti, you can't be Advaiti. Just because your Guru was Dvaiti, you can't be Dvaiti. Just because your Guru is Vishishtadvaiti, you can't be Vishishtadvaiti. You have to discover it. Ramanuja, the great Vishishtadvaiti's Guru was Advaiti. His Guru was Advaitacharya. Shankara, a great Advaiti. His Guru Govindapata is a great Dvaiti. So, be very clear. You have to discover it. If you have inherited Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita or Advaita from your Guru, just like the property you inherited, which you are going to leave it and go away, that philosophy also you will inherit and you will leave it and go away. It is not going to enrich you or others. Only if you discover it, it will enrich you and others. If you have studied a little bit of Hindu philosophy and contemplated on these conflicts and controversies and contemplated on these confusions, then you will understand the value of this word today I uttered. When you are getting filled by the love of the Master, you are Vishishtadvaiti. When your love of the Master turns into love for the Master and flowing towards Him, you experience Advaita. When the love of the Master flows towards Him as the love for the Master, you experience Dvaita. When that circle is complete, love of the and for the becomes just love. It is Advaita. Whether it is a Kalpatara Darshan or just a simple like from me in the Facebook, or as great as energy darshan physically receiving, or the whole inner awakening program or life, living enlightenment process or life bliss engineering, or becoming a brahmachari or a sadhu or a sannyasi of my order, whatever. The whole thing is just this three statement. Love of the Master entering into you, completing you, flowing towards Him back as the love for the Master, completing the circle, just becoming love. When the circle is complete, love of the Master enters you, completes you, fills you, overflows as the love for the Master, and the circle is complete. You disappear in Him, He disappears in you. It is not just you become drop in the ocean, you become the whole ocean in the drop. Understand, it is not that just you become drop in the ocean, the whole ocean becomes a drop in you. When you become the drop in the ocean, the whole ocean becomes a drop in you. When you became the ocean in the, when you became the drop in the ocean, the whole ocean becomes a drop in you. Whole ocean becomes part of you, the drop. Everything is just this circle. You are in the various stage, that's all. When the love comes, you may be in the mood of allowing it to happen, or sometimes you may be in the mood of resisting it. Sometimes you may be choosing and using. That is also okay. Even if you are choosing and using, choosing all the hugs, smiles, and using only those parts, even then you don't know. You are a fool. Even the part which you choose, is so powerful, it will just enchant you. You may be thinking, no, I'll choose just this part so that I don't lose myself and I'll play a safe game. I know he's a great guy, but I don't want to get into too much. These are all too much. People around him are mad after him. They wear his dollar, they wear his locket. But I'll choose whatever. When you choose and use also, you will lose in him. You will lose yourself in him. Understand? If his love wins, you won the game of the life. You won the game of the life. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. This money, this infrastructure, this organization, everything is just for this drama. Love of the Master entering into you, completing you, and flowing back as the love for the Master, and completing the circle, you disappearing into love, he disappearing into love. That's all. Even if a meal is served in our Annalaya, it is nothing but the love of the Master entering into you. Whether it is a meal served in Annalaya or a flyer handed over to you about Kalpataru Darshan, or the joy and the space, presence you feel in our temples all over the world, everything is just love of the Master entering into you, completing you, and flowing back as love for the Master. You are in various stages, that's all. Each one of you are in various stages. Someone quickly allows that to happen. If you had a great childhood, means either one person, your mother or father, is a fulfilling being in your life, I tell you, it is very easy for you to experience the completion with the Master's love. I have always seen that. Because now you will not have the fear to allow the love to fill you. Understand, whenever love of somebody enters into you, will naturally go back to that person as love for that person. Because love is such an energy, can never be just stored, possessed, locked inside you. You can never do this. You receive love from somebody and lock it inside. No. A sincere love will make you filled and it will overflow and go towards that person. If you have love for me, I am responsible. It is love of me, comes back to me as love for me. And if you don't have enough love for me, I am responsible, because that much only love of me has given to you. Blame you. Because the power of love is such, when the honest love is love of, when it comes, it cannot just be locked or possessed inside you. It has to complete the circle by coming out as love for. The of has to become for. Because love is a power. Love is a power. When the of flows into you and becomes far and completes you, that is what is infinity. If the love is between normal two persons, it becomes zero, a complete circle. zero. Both of you lose yourself in each other. When the love is from an enlightened being, please understand, when the love is between normal two human beings, it starts from one's Muladhara and enters into the other's Muladhara, comes through the other's Sahasrara and touches the other's Sahasrara. It becomes circle. That is also great. I am not saying it is wrong. It is much better than the dead human beings. I don't even want to use the word zero in ordinary sense. It becomes complete. The circle is complete. That's what I will say. But the love of the master does not come from Muladhara. It comes from Sahasrara and enters your Muladhara and completes everything. All your incompletions comes out of your Sahasrara as the love for the master. That's why I say it is infinity. Whether it's an initiation or completion process, Upanishad, techniques, everything is just to enhance this process. Love of the master entering into you and overflowing as a love for the master and completing the circle. Don't lock the source of your energy, which is the love of the master, to complete you, to train you, to fulfill you. All this infrastructure is the drama he does to fulfill you. I tell you, building this whole organization is nothing but one of my Leela drama to complete you, to fulfill you, not to let you be rested, fall into the dust of laziness, powerlessness and incompletions. Whether the Sangha happens or not, I will continue to shine as a great spiritual sun in the sky of the cosmos. See, like Ramana Maharshi, there is no organization around him, but he continues to shine as the star. But unfortunately, only he continues to remain as a star. I am not just a sun to shine as a star in the cosmos. I have come to make billions of suns to fill the whole cosmic sky, the cosmic space. This whole Sangha is nothing but the Leela I am doing for every one of you to experience powerfulness, experience joy, experience completion. Get out of this constant powerlessness blanket every day which you pull on you and sleep cozily. Every night when you pull your blanket, you pull the powerlessness. That's why early morning when you wake up, you feel nothing is going to work, all has gone down the drain. This truth which got revealed today through me will be one of the milestone contributions to Hinduism. Because this conflict of Visishtadvaita, Dvaita and Advaita has costed too much for our Hindu tradition. Sanatana Dharma has suffered, struggled a lot because of this conflict. Understand, this is not a conflict. It is just the different parts of the circle. When you are going through certain process and completing the circle, it's just various points. Visishtadvaita is not lower than Advaita, Advaita is not higher than Visishtadvaita. It is just a journey. Anything can be given up in the life for the love of the Master. Don't give up that for anything. It's the love of the Master. Completes you, flows as love for the Master. When that circle is complete, you achieve the state of Advaita. You become the Advaita Ananda. Should be lived. A real Advaiti should have lost himself in this circle. Love of the Master, when it enters into you, don't worry, it is powerful enough to complete you. That is powerful enough to complete you. It is actually love of the Master gives you kind of a space and security to remove each spare parts of you and remove the friction, remove the dust, overhaul it and pour the completion, lubrication and assemble you back and radiate love for the Master. The place where the love of the Master completes you and turns as love for the Master, that place is called Sangha. That space is called Dhamma. The place where the love of the Master turns into love for the Master is Sangha. The space where love of the Master turns into love for the Master is Dhamma. Please understand, the space where love of the Buddha becomes love of the Dhamma, love of the Buddha becomes love for the Buddha, that space is Dhamma. The place where love of the Buddha becomes love for the Buddha, that place is Sangha. Don't miss the space and place both. When Master's love enters into you, love of the Master's enters into you, it exposes all your incompletions to you. It awakens all the incompletions in you. It awakens you to all your incompletions. But it does not leaves you alone with your incompletions. No, it fills you. It completes you. It surrounds you. The completion overflows as love for the Master. And when that overflows, the circle is complete. Advaita becomes reality. All the spiritual truths become reality. Understand? When the love of the Master enters into you, it's called initiation. When it fills you, it is completion. When it overflows in you, it is miracles. When it flows towards the Master as a love for the Master, it's called Purna Bhakti. When the circle is complete, it's called Advaita. At various stages, it can be called with various names. Initiation, completion, miracle powers, feeling connection, and ultimately enlightenment. All this are various points, various spots of the same journey. Only thing, don't get down anywhere on the way. Sit in the train. Stick yourself to the train. Whether it is by declaration Fevicol, or by the clear conscious decision, just decide not to get down on the way. Love of the Master becomes love for the Master. It's powerful enough. When my love enters into you, I know the power of it. I know the power of it. It just completes you completely. All the incompletions are lost. Ultimately, you yourself become one with that love when it flows towards the Master as love for the Master. Love of the Master, when it becomes love for the Master, be sure you are now directly entering into the space to achieve and radiate enlightenment. I feel job satisfaction that I uttered some of the very powerful sacred secrets. The most important philosophical clarification for Hinduism. I feel I have added something great, not just to my Nithyananda Sampradaya, to the whole Hinduism. I can say in a way to the whole spiritual universe. It is His love. Love of the Master fulfills whatever boons you ask. Love for the Master fulfills, causes the reality of others around you. Please listen. Love of the Master is a love of the Master causes your reality. Love for the Master causes others' reality around you. When love of the Master flows into you, it causes your reality. When the love for the Master flows from you, it causes others' reality. When I speak about love, I can see very clearly this whole space. I can touch the air and feel that love as an energy. Whether you are there thousands of kilometers away or here physically in my breathing space, you are in my breathing space. Understand? you are in Newfoundland, Canada, or San Jose, Madurai, or Redondo Beach, or South Africa, you are in my breathing space, or Dubai, you are in my breathing space. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching and causing eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org, www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.